All right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming again with a message. And this is going to be a lesson within a message in spirit and truth. Food truly, 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 truly for the living and for those who eat spirit and truth. This is for you. This is going to be a blessing inside of a blessing to individuals. It has been truly a blessing to me. I've been up since 3 a.m. Uh, feeling tomorrow in today. But I mean feeling tomorrow in today really being given information that holds tomorrow. So I woke up like 3:10, somewhere in there. And I've been up since then. I just decided to go in the bathroom, clean up, and get myself ready for this message because this was on my mind. This is what I kept seeing. This is what I kept seeing while I continue to lie down and just receive information that was telling me things for tomorrow. And it was scary for me because it was something I have to face. I have to endure. I have to long suffer, but I'm not in it alone. Don't try me. I'm not in it alone. And I know that. But it does not erase anything because when you are a living servant of the Most High God and you are flesh, but you are here to be about the spirit mission, that means you're walking, living, and you're walking in dead flesh. But there are people who are walking in dead flesh, that their spirit is dead as their flesh, and their flesh is dead as their spirit. They dead. They walking dead. But Sister Deborah is walking spirit. Okay? But I'm just in a dead flesh. Okay? So I want to say to you, this morning it took, I think, 2 hours, almost 2 hours, just lying there receiving the things I cannot change, but know that I have to face that which is before me. I know many of you all might not experience that. It depends on who you are and whom you are and what you are. And that's is it saddened? Yes, it is. It's saddened, but he didn't say it was going to be easy. Uh, and when I think about I think about them all the time. Those who have gone before me that carried the same torch of light, um, and how they must have felt because of the way I'm feeling. So I don't feel that I'm in anything alone. I feel as if um, those that have gone before me, they set the stage for me to know that if they too had to endure and long suffer and go through it, so can I, and so shall I. So Sister Deborah coming with a very, 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 very powerful message only for the living. He that has an ear, let him hear. Because only the ear of the living shall hear the word of Yah. Wow, the world hears the words. The living hear the word. So Sister Deborah, is coming to give you a power punch. And I'm going to hit you hard. I'm going to hit you real hard. But I'm going to do it out of grace and mercy. I'm going to do it out of give and give. Okay? So let's go there. So as I lie there in the bed, receiving tomorrow that brought great sorrow. Oh, did you say that, Deborah? Yes, Father, I did. It do. It did. And it shall. But what I have here is what was going on in my mind. And then when I thought about it, I thought about truth. And I don't think it's so much as what I thought. I think the spirit of the Ruach was in me and it was sealing me with truth. Okay. And that means the truth of the whole matter, the whole overall, you guys, the truth. And this is what I lie there 2 hours in my mind. This is what I came up with. I don't think I came up with it. I'm gonna be honest, but as I tossed and turned and try to get my mind off of reality, the reality of this living and the facts of it. I ain't worried about eternal, honey. I'm worried about on this side, and I'm not really. Yes, I am. I start to say I'm not really worried, but let me back that thing up and land it down. Yes, I am. Okay, but I know who has both sides of me. Okay, whether it's the flesh or whether it's the spirit, I know who palm hand that I rest therein. Okay, so let's get busy with this message because this is a really, really powerful message, and it's gonna break you, but it's gonna make you. Mhm. This message is gonna break you, but it's gonna make you. Okay, so here we are. This is what I saw. Okay, in the center of this here cycle is a bright light. I'm sure you can see it from here. It is a bright light. This is me in here. This is you in here. This is we in here. So just imagine all of this cycle here. As it get bigger and bigger is the world. And according for you to see me to be the light, according for me to see you to be the light, look what we have to go through. The world cycle. What is it interfering with? The light that's in you and the light that's in me. Because we're in the center. We are the light of the world. But we rest right in the center where heaven predestined, ordained, foreknew us, mold us in our mother's womb and sent us out as his servants in the midst of a dark and evil world. The reason why we can't see, you can't see me and I can't see you, we can't come into a unity with one another because we're going through all of this to recognize that you are me and I am you. We are the body of Hamashiach. We can't find each other because of all of this. The world. The world is so surrounded around us, in front of us, on every side of us, in the back of us, on the top, under the bottom. So here we are right here. Still shining. Don't you see that light? Still shining. The same light heaven gave us. Here we are in the world. In it. This is a job inside of a job. So when you tell me that laboring in the spirit is not laboring, it's not work, sit down. Yeshua said, you all pray to who? Not him, to the higher power. that he may send more this in the vineyard. Why? Because we got to work in here. And in order for us to work in here, we got to bypass all of this. Because each one of us allowed the whole world to interfere with where we need to be in the center, the light. The reason why people can't unite and come together or come on one accord is because we got the whole world ruling us, controlling us, manipulating us, making us think that everything in this world is more important than to be about what we are, the light that's in the center. What's in the center is holding. Not only are the center here holding truth, they are speaking truth. They are teaching truth. They are ministering truth. They are bringing spirit and truth right here in the center of all this darkness. Why? Because you are the light. That's the only reason why you're down here. I know you think you're down here for your job. You think you're down here for all the materialistic things you can get. You think you're down here because you represent Republican, Democratic. Oh, you represent your family. You represent your wife. You represent your children. Your wife represents her husband. No, 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 no. You come down here as this, and that is the light. I spoke to you all over and over and over. We are to seek ye the kingdom first. There it is. The kingdom, the true kingdom, rests in the light. And if we think to trust in the kingdom first, the kingdom said, all shall be added unto thee. Meaning, seek the spiritual purpose, first and foremost, in me and me in you. And I tell you what, everything else, I'll work that thing with you. Did not he do that for Job? Even if he had to move all the darkness from around Job, even his 10 children. See, you all think that the Father is a play toy. I know it. You think you can put him under any denomination, any religion, any interpretation, any belief of your wisdom and in your knowledge, and you fail to realize, baby, he don't rumble under your emotion nor your feelings. Stand your tails down. People, Sister Deborah came to represent this in a world of all this darkness. Just imagine all this is dead. Ooh. I come to bypass all the death, the dead, the walking dead, just to try to, not to try, but to represent this light. This is it in the world. And if I'm representing the light, if there are any, which there are, other lights, they're not supposed to be all up in here. They're supposed to come to the light. And let me tell you what's sad. Many have. Many have come to the light, have abide with the light, ate food at the table of where the light reside, got full meal deal, heard things they never heard of ever since they have been living. Where did they hear it at? The one that's in the light. You know why? Because if you are the light, The Father wants you to understand you are to come on a single accord with the light, not against the light. You see what I'm saying? So this being the light, meaning Sister Deborah's the light, you the light, this one over here the light. It ain't based on religion, whether you Republican or Democratic, whether you poor or whether you rich. Everybody needs to really get into that. Whether you black or whether you white, whether you in Russian or whether you in Ukraine or whether you in China or whether you in the United States. This light don't play in the world. It's about the opposite of what the world stands for, and that's what make it the light. But where is it? It's in the midst of the world. So you see where the long suffering and endurance reside? In the center of a sick and wicked, evil, dark world. But you that are out there subject, that are the light, you will battle with the light in the center and embrace the whole world with no problem. I just heard Paul say that to them, and it just hurt my little heart. I said, Paul, you said the same thing. That's what I said when I read it. I said, wait a minute, you said the same thing I've been feeling. Now, you can be of this light, but at the same time, battle and fight the light that you are above. But you give no issue to what the world is saying, doing, been doing, continue to do. You ain't got no words for this. This is where you still yet trying to battle the light. How can the light gain bright light from the light if the light is battling the light and the light is battering the light? You can't get brighter. You can't tell the world nothing. You can't say nothing to the world because you're battling within the light. Something wrong. This is where truth resides. This is where spirit and truth is preached, taught, walked, ministered. Where the light is at. That holds the truth. But what's the difference from the truth in the world and the truth here in the light? This truth understand that in them holds truth. And in the world, they look at their flesh being truth. In the spirit, you look at Yah giving you a spirit, branding it with truth, and it connects to who he is, which is truth. And it caused this to get even brighter. Because now you're speaking truth. From the truth in you and the truth in the Father brightens the world to see that you are the light set up on a hill that cannot be hidden. Now, if you look at this here, you notice you can't hide that light, that's brightness. It cannot be hidden. You can clearly see it. This is what the Father wants you to understand. In here is where the light, where spirit and truth, those that are the truth and walking in the truth, teaching in the truth, ministering in the truth. But I'm going to show you how you have to be very careful not understanding, not really understanding truth as you say you understand truth. So let's get into it. Okay, we're going to cover truth in this message in a way that 99 point trillion have not heard it, but it's a beautiful lesson this morning, a beautiful lesson. And I want to also uh, say that the way the Father explained truth to me is so awesome to where I'm going to share it with you and hope that you apply it to your spirit, man, where the Holy Spirit reside in you and you manifest from it. You know, you work on it, you strive for it. Okay, first I want to say something that the Spirit has said to me in a quicken. Man seeks truth only to cover a multitude of lies. Mm, There are individuals that will search truth just to cover a multitude of lies. Okay? But truth don't have to cover a multitude of lies because a lies are going to be what it is. This don't have to seek truth. It is truth because it understands that it was created with truth in it. So therefore, truth, a man seeketh truth only to cover a multitude of lies. You don't have to cover a multitude of lies here. Because a multitude of lies is coming from the world. And you do not seek truth to cover their lies. Because if truth is in you and it's not in them, why are you seeking what is in you to cover what is in them? No truth. You can't win the world with the truth that is in you. Oh, you can't. Because the truth rests in this circle where you are by. You can even say this is the body of Amasia. Because truly, that's where I'm coming from. Truth rests not on the outside. Now, truth can rest on the outside as far as the flesh truth. You know, where it says they lead to their own understanding and they got their own little truth. Yes, they do. A multitude. And a multitude of their truth is founded in their lies. They have made their lies to be the truth and their truth to be the lies. So you being here cannot search truth only to cover the multitude of lies. Because guess what? Yeah, it won't. Because once you understand truth rests within you and that you don't have to go out in the world or you don't have to bring the world in you to search for truth, truth is supposed to be in you. And if you are of the light, the reason why you the light is because you know truth. Yeah. You see? Now, another thing he said to me, truth, Deborah, has a price. And I love this because y'all, 65 years and I didn't know this. I had no idea of this. But hear me. Truth has a price. The price of truth will cost you. You know how people think, oh, the word is free. You shouldn't have to pay anything for the word. You shouldn't have to pay for what they call the truth. What they call the truth. Oh, you don't have to pay for what they call the truth. They figure the truth is free. You see, just like the lies is their truth, and the truth is their lie. So this, you see their truth and what they believe. These are people who would say, you don't have to pay for the word. You don't have to pay for preaching and someone teaching. You don't have to pay for none of that. That is not of God. Let me explain something. Today I learned something that I did not know this morning. That's a lie from the pit of hell. And wait until you hear those who have supported the truth. Wait till you find out why you really supported the truth. You know why? It's going to bring you right back to where you at. Even though you might not understand that this is you. But it's going to bring you right back to this here light. And why you support truth. Now watch this. The Father says he want me to make sure I cover this. It says, because this is what I had heard. And he wants me to add, he had me to add it on. And it says, truth has a price. There's a price to truth, y'all. You all out there who belong in this light, who teaches spirit and truth is in you and you in truth, there's a price you pay. It costs. It costs you. To have truth. Truth costs. There's a price to truth. And I know you all are going to be sad, but you're going to be glad. The price to truth will cost you friends. You hear me? The body of Hamashiach, those who are of the light. The price of truth will cost you friends. The price of truth will cost you family. The price of truth will cost you family. The price of truth will cost you things. The price of truth will cost. That's the word. I'm not cost, but cost you things. The price of truth will even cost you your very living. See, there's a price to be here. And it costs you. It costs you family. It costs you friends. It costs you things. It costs you living. That's what being here. All because of truth. It is in you and you are in it. And it's a cost to it. And I had no idea at the level of how it was taught to us. 65 years old and had no idea that it actually exists. So I'm going to show you, which I never gave it a thought. Many times I taught on tithes and not tithes, offerings, and how people, greed and pride and boasting and basically greed. That people feel that, hey, okay, this is free. It don't cost. Oh, listen to this. It don't cost nothing. And you know what? This is a blessing for me to be talking about this because it reminds me of me telling y'all over and over and over. I'm spilling out all this food for the spirit. And people are trying to eat at the table where the food of the Spirit is being fed. But they eating at the table as an enemy, not as a friend. They're eating at the table, not here. They're eating at the table. I got to get my son to fix this here for me because it comes out. They're eating at the table here. They're eating off of what this is feeding. And they somewhere up in here eating off of it. Because they feel coming to the platform, it's supposed to be free. Oh, the word is free. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to shoot every last one of y'all tails now. And you ain't going to be able to ever get back up. Because it identifies your true heart. I'm going to show you. Now, that wasn't a part of my message, but watch how the Father show you what truth is in here, and what's in here is truth. And how the truth be told, when you're holding this, it costs. It costs you friends. It costs you family. It costs you things, and it costs you your very living of your flesh. That's the price of truth. Let us begin. That was a powerful thing, and I'm going to show it. When I get to Proverbs 23, in Proverbs 23, okay, watch what it says in verse 22 through 25. In Proverbs 23 and verse 22, it says, wait a minute. No, it's Proverbs. Proverbs 23, verse 22. Hearken unto thy father, meaning your fleshly father. Hearken unto thy father that begot thee. Right there, truth finna bust you wide open right now. In Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 22 has told every man on the earth, you think you really did something by stealing the feminine identity and the purpose and the dominion that I've given them. Hear me. Hearken unto thy father that begot thee. So he's letting me know that the sperms, every female and every male came from your body, your sperms. Okay? And he's telling us to hearken, to thy father. And this is the natural father. And despise not thy mother when she is old. So what he is saying is, the children don't have no problem with their mother until she's old. Where they now despise her is when she's old. And he's saying here, despise, hearken to thy father that begot you. He ain't saying that thy father and thy mother begot you. He said thy father because the father is the sperm. He is the seed. Okay? And despise not thy mother when she is old. And I was confused when I heard the old beginning make sense. Because you're constantly doing for them, you're taking care of them, you're cleaning their diapers, you're raising them up, you're giving them money for lunch, you're giving them money to go on little bitty outings with their friends, you let them spend nights, you let them do everything else. But when they get old, they find every fault under the tree and on top of it. When you get old, the mother. Why isn't it not saying despise the father? Well, Deborah, why do you want to go there? It's because the Holy Spirit taking me there. Because if you really want to make it make sense, If the seed belonged to the Father and the Father belonged to the seed, it belonged to him and he belonged to the seed because it's his seed. And it says he begot thee. And he said, hearken to him, listen to him. But the seed, he that had the seed, he that carried the seed, he that begot the seed, has never been in your life. So how can you hearken to that which is never there or haven't been there? Now watch this. And it tells you to hearken unto thy father, which is the natural. That, and it says, that begot thee, and despise not thy mother, because that's what happens. They can't hearken to their father because they haven't been there for to hearken to him. But they despise the mother who have. And he said, and despise not thy mother when she is old. Why not despise not thy father? Because it already let you know, it was already known that the father wasn't going to be there to be the overseer, to teach, to train up their seeds. He already knew they weren't going to be there. To the point where he said, and despise not thy mother when she is old. What about when the father's old? You see? You see, just carry the weight of that. It doesn't make sense. Okay? So you're going to hearken to the one that ain't going to be there. The one that has not been there. And it's telling you, and watch it now. When the mother is old, don't despise her. Why are you despising her? Because your father wasn't there. For you to hearken to him. And he's the one that's the seed. He is you and you are he. I didn't want to go there, but I had to drop that on in there. And if you can't see that in the spirit realm, if you can't see that, what I just spoke in Proverbs 23 and 22, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. Because it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense. You're hearkening to thy fathers that begot you, that begot you. The reason right there is where you know when he said, train up a child in the way that he should go. And if he depart, he shall return. He's right there telling the one that begot you to train your child up. And which way is that? The way of righteous. But if he ain't never been there, if he ain't never done that, you didn't train him up in righteous. But yet it says, hearken unto thy father who begat thee. As if the mother was never a part in it. But when she get old, don't what? Despise not thy mother when she is old. Why old? Because that's the only time they have the power to control and say the negative things that they say. That's 100 facts. She done took care of you all the time. But when she get old, now you got words. But you ain't got words for the father. You don't despise the father. Why despise the mother? So watch what it says here in 23. Buy, B-U-Y. Buy truth and sell it not. Oh, Father, I was so blessed this morning when he clammed on me with that. I was like, Father, I ain't never heard of that. Listen to what it says. Now, don't forget, y'all. Sister Debbie talking to this here. Right. Okay? But according for Sister Debbie to talk to this, look at all this she had to go get through just to get to this. I got to bypass that flesh. I got to bypass the world to get to you here. But if you are already here and you hold this, you're there already. What Sister Deborah say, she go shoot straight to you. And then she won't have to bypass your flesh. She don't have to bypass the world. Because truth is in you. It's right in here. So listen to what it says. Proverbs 23 and verse, this is strange. No, not Proverbs 23. I think of Psalms 23. Proverbs 23 and 23. See that? Do y'all see what that says? Buy truth. Buy the truth and sell it not. Praise the mighty God. Never in my life have I saw that. But let me read the power that might be digging into. And sell it not. Also, wisdom, instruction, and understanding. He's letting you know what all comes and make up truth. He said, buy it. But when you buy it, don't sell it. Don't sell it, but buy it. But don't sell it. Also, wisdom, instructions, and understanding. Verse 24. Now watch this here, y'all. Watch this. Now it's going back to the Father. The Father of the righteous. All right? Who is the righteous? Mm, 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 mm. Listen to what it says. The Father of the righteous shall greatly rejoice. And he that begetteth a wise child shall have joy of him. Now he's speaking of a natural father. When the Father has given you a seed of righteousness, which is your child. But listen what it says. The Father of the righteous shall greatly rejoice. Do you see how that Father is blessed to have? And it says, and he that begetteth a wise child shall have joy of him. A father that has a seed that is righteous, y'all. And I'm speaking to those who were looked at in time past as the black sheep, the bad one in the family, the dark one, the one that they put it in a little black box. Listen to what it says. The Father of the righteous shall greatly rejoice, and he that begetteth a wise child shall have joy of him. He's letting the flesh of a man and the flesh of a woman know how blessed you are to have a child from here. Praise the mighty God. Let's hear what it says. Verse 25. Thy father and thy mother shall be glad, and she shall bear thee, and she that bear thee shall rejoice. You see that? A father and a mother should be glad and rejoice. Why? If they beget and bear, she bear, he beget, because the seed is in his sperm, is his sperm. They need to be glad of this being in their family. Whether it's a male or a female, Proverbs 23 says, starting with verse 23, buy the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom, instruction, and understanding. Watch this here. Fathers, of the righteous shall greatly rejoice. And he that begetteth a wise child shall have joy of him. Watch this, 25. Father and thy mother shall be glad, and she that beareth thee shall rejoice. They got a child of the light out of his sperm. She beareth that light in her womb. It was meant for them to be glad. Because why? Because that child is going to pull up and identify truth. They're going to know when to speak it, how to walk it, how to talk it, how to preach it, how to minister it, and how to cause evil to stand down. And he's telling you. Proverbs 23, verse 22 to 25. But what got me is in 23, where he said, buy truth. I want to see which one of y'all going to be able to comprehend that in the spirit realm. You ain't going to be able to comprehend it because that's deep. And this is to all the ones that I have said over and over with my coming back every month, talking about giving an offering and being fruitful in that area because he's holding you liable. But you know why you couldn't do it? Because you wasn't there. You wasn't in the light. You on the page. You at the table. You for sure eating the food. But guess what? Look at 23. Every last one of your tails. Look at 23. You at the table. You eating the fruit. You eating the food. You're drinking the truth. You walk away from the table as if the truth ain't worth buying. Look at 23. How dare you sit at the table? How dare you come to this page knowing that the Father has blessed you to have some understanding of truth? So you come to the restaurant, you sit at the table, and you glut. Every chance you get, you leave with a full meal deal. Year after year after year, month after month after month. But look what Proverbs 23 and 23 says. Buy the truth and sell it not. That means once you buy it, sell it not. Don't get rid of it. Hold firm to it. So how dare you think you're supposed to sit at the table all these years? I don't care if you gave once, twice, but what makes you think you're entitled? You know why? You're not this. You're at the table like Judas and many, many, many others. Names that's in your study guide. And every last one of them, the Most High destroyed. Even if they've been around. Look at who was that around David, the king, before David took over him? Him and him got along good for a minute. You can be around them all you want. So what got me here was that it says, buy the truth and sell it not. Also, wisdom, instruction, and understanding. Is that not? Could you actually say you didn't get that at the table in which I have served thee? Would you say that? Say that to yourself. The most of you probably will lie. That's why you're still at the table trying to eat from. Because you're not this. You can eat whatever you want. You don't have this and you don't have this. Because it says here, buy the truth. And I'm going to show you where he meant that. See, I didn't know that, y'all. And I'm going to show you how it was never meant for the way that your flesh have taught you it's supposed to be. And that it is so free. See, you have to take everything in the spirit realm and back that bad boy up in the way you act in the flesh realm. And if it don't show up in your flesh realm the way it is in the spirit realm, then therefore you ain't who you think you are. You are not in the light. Look at what it says. You know what you want to look at? What it said. And I'm finna climb on top of you. I'm finna make it. I'm finna show you something you didn't know because I sure didn't know this verse. I sure wish I would have known this verse. And see, this is what they call the old in Proverbs. Psalms, that's why David knew everything under the sun, trying to tell us how we go about it. How we go about it. Look how he tells us about the mother and father and how if you get a righteous child, one that is of the wisdom and the knowledge and of the understanding and of what wise, it makes them a joyful mother and father. It makes them a glad mother and father. It makes them rejoice when they have a child in this realm. Why is it that they're not rejoicing? Why is it that they're not glad? Why wouldn't they be? They too in the world. They too into darkness. To be glad that they bear the child that is of the righteous, that has the wisdom, and that beareth the wisdom, and that have righteous. This is why they can't rejoice. Because they loaded in this darkness. Or they our mother and our father or our dad or whatever we want to call them. Yes, they are. But they can't rejoice in this like some tell them they're supposed to. They can't be glad in this. Why? They don't have truth. But Solomon telling them they're supposed to. They don't have this. They are not going to rejoice in this. Just like the ones that won't uh, give offerings. It's because they can't rejoice in this. They don't see fit that this one should gain anything. But yet, they say they are this and they think they this. No, no, no. Let's show you where you've been wrong. I did not. Oh, I wish I would have known this years ago. I would have taught this man. I can't say years ago because I didn't start taking offerings until almost 2 years. It's almost been a full 2 years. But listen to Matthew's. Let's go there. Matthew finna shut you down all the way. And it should make you go somewhere and sit down and don't stay off of Sister Deborah's page because it's going to shut you down. I don't care what corner you in. I don't care what brick wall you are. It should shut you down right here. Okay. Matthew's 13 and verse 44. And not only will it shut a person down, but it also shall also build you all individuals up who have invested in the truth. And I'm going to show you where your spirit would have to be here and have to have this to buy truth and sell it not. Because you're in here. In here, you want all the truth that you can get. And you don't care at what cost. That's the ones that's here. Because it's cost you to be here. It costs you friends. It costs you family. It costs you things. And it costs you, and many of them, my brother, they very living on this earth. COST. It cost. You didn't never realize why none of them had friends. None of them really had a wife. None of them had family. And they lost their living. The cost for truth is four things: family, friends, things. That's exactly what I try to explain to somebody when I went on and trying. That's why people don't understand why I be wondering about the nationality, is because I feel that a nationality that lives one way and don't understand another way outside of their way. And it's so good to understand always, because he said, all you're getting, get understanding. So we must be able to understand always. That's me. I can understand always. But people under their nationality, it's hard for them. It's easy. It's easy for them to do things, to get things, to buy things, to go places. But they don't understand, for Sister Deborah, as a melanated person, it ain't easy like it is for you. It's not that easy. But when you understand the truth of the truth, you'll understand why it's not that easy. See? And that's what the Father wants. Anybody that's here, you got to get that understanding. You got to get it. You got to have it. Because you can't speak truth without any understanding. And the understanding is, don't lock no one up in nationality, Democratic, Republican, race, religion. Don't don't do that. And I never did that in my whole living. You can't lock them up because they gay, they white, they black, they male nor female. We got it bent. If you hear, you better straighten that mess up. If not, you bent all up when it come down to truth. And all you're getting, you need to get understanding. And let me tell you something. It's no way in this world or outside of this world that the ruach of the Most High Yah gonna come and abide in you and not kick out all that fleshly understanding and place His understanding in you. He said, "All things pass away. You become a new creature." So being a new creature, you think different, you walk different, you talk different, you act different, you do things different. Sit down. Okay, so here we are in Matthew chapter 13. And this is going to cover what I want those that's out there who has fully supported Sister Deborah in time past, okay? Or even now that support Sister Deborah. I want to show you that that was not in vain. I want to show you what it also identified to. Is when you hurt. See, if you can, let me explain something to y'all. Let me say this right quick. And this is what kept me up this morning, them 2 hours, because I was battling what was the Father was telling me the truth about, and how all my brothers them lost their living. And it all because of truth. They lost it through truth. Truth costs. I know it. Truth costs. Now watch this here. People who have supported Sister Deborah and supported her to the fullness. And what I mean to the fullness is that they make sure all the time that they always find a way to give every now and then, or, once a month, or once every 2 weeks, or, once every 2 months or 3 months. But people thought that if they gave here and gave there, I'm not getting any more. Be careful to be dealing with those type of people, because those people trying to buy something, and that is the person. But the Father wants you to know, if you had yourself where you should have been, you would have knew that it ain't about this hen. It ain't about this old hen right here. It's about what she's saying, that I feel an offering should be given. It ain't about this old hen. Is that not what happened to Cain and Abel when Abel just was given freely? and Cain didn't like the idea that Abel was given freely. But see, y'all didn't understand why Abel was given. Because it's here. Okay. Cain was all up in here with no. So he killed him because Cain, had no truth and Abel had truth. Hello. Now watch this. Those that have donated and gave Sister Deborah offering and have helped Sister Deborah in so many awesome ways. When I even say to you all, I don't know how to even express my thanks or my warm thanks to you because I know it's due to the Father. And I know y'all don't understand that. That's why it's hard for me to really break down the way I feel because I know that the glory and the honor to whatever you have done and the things that you have given, Sister Deborah, let me tell you, I know that it didn't come from a place in this world. It come from a place here. You know why? I just learned something today. I learned Proverbs 23 and verse 23. Buy truth and sell it not. That means once you get truth, you act like you got something that you will never sell and you would have until eternal. See, none of y'all get it at you. It says buy truth and sell it out. Now you're gonna buy something and you're gonna hold dear to it. And you ain't gonna sell it. Why? Truth. It's Yah. You got on this devil platform and you really didn't understand the fullness of why I give to this lady. Why I feel that I need to give to her. Why do I do give to her? Why am I giving to her? It's because you hear and this is in you and you in this. And once you got on here and found somebody saying something that you knew that you never heard, nor have you seen someone bring food to a table. That means to your spirit in truth. And you bought it. You paid for it. I'm saying bought and paid for because the Father wants you to look at it in the spirit realm. In the spirit realm, you heard me. You heard it based on what you heard in that ear. You saw me sending somebody and you heard what they said and you heard it because you were here in me and I'm in you and you were holding this and you found it and you bought it and you now holding firm to everything that little old woman is saying. You ain't holding on to the fact and don't look at Sister Deborah as perfect. Don't look at me as sinless. I have iniquity and sin as you do. That's where we fall. We're here, y'all. We got this here. You believe me, it's not because of our flesh that we are here. Our flesh can't gain this. All right? Our flesh can't gain this. Our flesh can't gain this. Nor can our flesh gain this. It's our spirit that holds up. And then when it says in 23, it says, and you sell it not because you got the light that the Father called of the Word. It was always in you. And when you heard truth that was in you, you paid for it and you holding it firm. Whether you look at another video that sister upload or not, you got it. And paying for it is an example. Let's go there. Matthew chapter 13. I'm going to show you where you was right all the time. And all of those who didn't and ran away and ran under a porch, ran up in the corner, stood there like a brick wall and still standing there trying to eat all the food. But the Father wants you to know you can eat all you want. You're not in here. And this ain't in you. This ain't in you. And you're not in here. Listen to what Matthew 13 and 44 says. Now this is very powerful to me. Again, the kingdom of heaven. I got to go here. Matthew 33. I got to see who talking this. And wait a minute, I know it's Yeshua, but I just can't take this, y'all. I got to go here. Matthew 13. I got to go here. Matthew 13 and 44. Matthew 13 and 44. I got to go here. Oh, it's Yeshua. It's Yeshua. Listen to what he says. Again, the kingdom of heavens is like unto the kingdom. He's teaching you what the kingdom is like. Yeshua is teaching you guys what the kingdom is like. What is he teaching you? Truth. Which we had in us from the beginning. But the light in us revealed in us truth. And the truth revealed and had our light to shine. Now listen to what he says. Verse 44, Matthew 13 and verse 44. Again, the kingdom of heavens is like unto a treasure. A treasure, the kingdom, hidden in the fields. Praise the mighty God. He's right there telling you the kingdom is like unto a treasure, okay? And hidden in a field. Which when a man has found it, and when you all found Sister Deborah's page, watch this here. He hid, no, when a man has found, he hidden, and for joy thereof, going and sell all that he had. And he buy. Do y'all see that word B-U-Y? It buy. He buy what? The field. So don't feel bad that you gave Sister Deborah an offering or a donation. Feel glad. Because it wasn't Deborah. It was the spirit that was in you that allowed you to hear the spirit that was in her. So it's when you think it's just all about me giving Deborah and how it's going to benefit Deborah, you can't think of it like that. Because that's not how heaven think of it. Woo! Listen to what it says in 44. Matthew chapter 13 and 44. Again, this is what the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, said. Again, the kingdom of heavens is like unto a treasure hidden in the field. Just imagine how old you are. And in the last 2, 3, or 4 years, you ran up on a treasure. And the treasure was the ruach that was in a woman that was speaking the truth that was already in you. You see? Listen to what it says. And which when that man has found this treasure, he hide it. And for joy, therefore, goeth and sell everything he had and buy it the field. You see that? That example is not saying for you to sell everything you have. That example is not said for you to give Sister Deborah everything you had. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about your heart. He's talking about your spiritual heart. Take everything you can get out of that treasure. And he said, hide it. Why are you going to hide it? You're going to hide it in your heart. You're going to hide it in your heart. And everything else you got ain't going to mean nothing. Because you understand truth and truth understand you. Y'all in this together. The world came with truth, but they comprehended not. But you found the treasure. You found that you had truth in the light. And the light had you in truth. So when you found truth, you hid it. And you ain't going to sell it. Why? Because it's just that precious to you. So when you see people, hear me now, hear me. When you all see people come and go, like and dislike, right up in the corners, be a brick wall. Don't line yourself up with them. Be in the live chat. Don't put yourself in them. And them and you. Because when you do that, you're making yourself a weak person that's going to suffer dearly in living. Guess why? Because you're trying to mingle here with those here when they have not this nor this. There's nothing wrong with you respecting, communicating, but you are the light that's set upon a hill that cannot be hid to a world that needs you. You don't need this world. The world needs you. You already the light that's glowing. Why do you think truth, COST, costs you? Your family, your friends, your things, and your living. Your very living. Truth. That's what it costs. So you tell me you're going to pay that type of cost to play in the world? You're a fool, and you're going to be a fool and a die fool. No, you ain't. Listen to what it says. He hid it. When he found that treasure, he hid it. And for the joy thereof, goeth and sell all that he have and buy the field. When it says sell all that he have, that means that they get rid of that old self. Say, forget y'all. This old self of who I am, you going out of here. You pass away. It's a new sheriff in town. I got truth. You see? Truth is that treasure like unto the kingdom. Listen to what he said. Again, the kingdom of heaven. He's telling you what heaven is like unto people. It's like unto a treasure. Why are you connecting heavens with a treasure, Father? When these people on this earth, when you say give an offering and a donation, they think the world done end, that you committed a crime because everything is free. What the rats behind is actually going on in this world? It's gone. It was already gone. Because this parable kicked all of them out the field. And listen to what it says. And when a man has found, now you found truth. It's not because truth were lost. You were. Y'all allow you to meet me and me to meet you, and you found truth when you heard the servants of the true Most High. And she spoke through the Holy Spirit, which is truth, that rests in her, so that it can assure you that that's who you are. You are this, and this is you. Mm. Now, when you talk about this, guess what, y'all? There's not a Democrat or a Republican. There's not a white nor a black. It's not male nor female. It's not young nor old. Ah, that's the beauty of it. It's just a treasure. This here is a treasure, but it costs. This costs where? In your spiritual, in your natural life. It costs you. It costs you your friends, your family, your neighbors, the things that you have, and your very living. It can true. Okay? So watch what 45 says. Now, I want y'all to see how every living individual who came to this devil platform, even those who came and gone, never will I receive them ever again as my sisters and brothers in anything, because they left out wrong, nor will they come back in right. Now listen to what 45 said. Again, the kingdom of heavens is like unto Deborah gone tell. See, y'all didn't. I didn't say this. If Yeshua had Hamashiach and Hamashiach had Yeshua, and this is what's said, the reason why I say this is because the Roman Catholics and the Jesuits and the fake ooze and the Europeans, they can't mess with what the kingdom is like unto. It overrides what they have to say. But I want you to check this out. 45. Again, the kingdom of heavens is like unto. Only one could have told us that is the Messiah. Only one could have tell us what the kingdom is like is the Messiah. But what I want to show you in 45, it says again, meaning I'm going to tell you again like I told you before. I'm going to tell you again like I told you before. The kingdom of heavens is like unto a merchant man. Where's merchant? Watch this here. Seeking good pearls. Well, wait a minute. Heaven and pearls? I don't get it. Listen to this. Pearls. You know what pearls cost? You know what pearls are in the natural? So he was trying to bring us into this idea of respecting the kingdom and all that is invested to serve him is precious pearls than gold, pearls, and silver. But we can't see that. Watch this. It says in 45, we in Matthew 13 and 45, again, the kingdom of heavens is like unto a merchant man seeking good pearls, who when he have found pearls of great price, you know what I like that? I like that, and I like Proverbs 23 and 23. Write that down. Proverbs 23 and 23. Matthew chapter 13, verse 45, 44, 45, and 46, and 47. And as you can go on, it's a lot in Proverbs talking about it, and some more in Matthew's talking about it. This here shows you that when people cross you out and they feel that they don't have to give offerings or a donation, this is shows you right here, you guys, that when you gave because somebody was saying something, and what they were saying was good to your spirit, because you knew heavenly merchant. You knew what heavenly pearls was like. You knew what else was in 44. You knew the hidden, what does he say in the kingdom of heaven, in the treasures. You know why? Because this is where you at. You here, and this here. That's you. And everybody outside of that don't mean a rest behind. So don't ever get caught up in this world now, trying to find yourself and wanting to find everybody in you. They can't reach the level of where you at. They can't. Okay, so notice, let's finish this here. Now in 46, it says, who when he found one pearl, not much, of great price. You're talking to the kingdom father? Yes, Deborah. So you see, Deborah, that's why I tell you, you got a lane. Keep running. Keep teaching. Keep speaking. Let them stop or let them they start or let them stop. It don't matter. Keep running. Because the words in which you are speaking are true. And there are those who come and looking for what you're talking about. Just like those who've been with you and have supported. Because they found some treasure in what you was talking about. They found some pearls in the words in which you were speaking, because the Holy Spirit was speaking through you. And they found it the words of what you were saying, not your ugly face, not who you are, not being a prophetess, not being nothing in the flesh is what you saying in the spirit. It's like treasures to them. It's like pearls to them. And when they get it, they don't sell it. They hold firm to it. Because it's not for everybody. And people out here wishing they have what you got. And they can't receive it. This is why they didn't want. If they gave to in a sense, to have a piece or a part in something. You see? And then there were those that I thought was so beautiful. Let me tell y'all, there are individuals who have heard Sister Deborah one time. And bam, son, Sister Deborah. And I never heard from them ever again. A long time. I'm serious. That has happened at least 6 times. And I think that you know why? Because they found a treasure in what I was saying. They found a pearl. Is it Sister Deborah? No. It's what she's saying, because what she's saying is coming through the ruach in her as treasure, as pearls. And it has nothing to do with what you're looking at. It's what you cannot see that is delivering the pearls, that is delivering the treasures. And you all are just walking in this world. And people feel bad because they want to feel what they given supposed to represent something. I want you to understand, and this is for you, so you can understand why you gave Sister Deborah. It wasn't Sister Deborah that you were invested in. It was what Yah wanted you to find. And he wanted you to gain the treasures of truth. He wanted you to find the pearl of truth. He wanted you to give all of what you have and sell it, to purchase it, to get it. You know what that means? Put that in the spiritual realm. That means you gave up your flesh. All it means. That's all it means, y'all. You gave up your flesh to gain something in your spirit. It don't mean you give your house and your car and your business or your store or your empire or your everything. No, that's not what we're talking about. Selling, that means you give that flesh up to gain the pearls that I'm receiving at that table that I eat from. The treasures in which I'm inheriting. That means you can leave this page right here and now. You still got your pearls. You still got your treasure. And don't ever tell no devil that you have not inherited anything being on Sister Deborah's page. Don't ever tell nobody that. Don't make Sister Deborah page right so you can feel, wrong so you can feel right about anything you think, you feel. When you come to thinking negative and wicked and evil, cast out those things, because you got to understand now why did the Father let me come to that page to hear spirit and truth, to show that I am the light. Would I have known? No, you wouldn't. That's why I say, don't cross, because when you cross Sister Deborah out, you cross the Most High, because He sent you here to let you find the pearls and the treasure. Now, watch this. Now, let me finish. Let's go to, where is it at? No, that's it. 46 and 47. No, not 47. Okay, listen to this one here. In 47, we're still in Matthew chapter 13 and 47. Again, I like that. He's like showing you, y'all got to understand. When he's telling you the kingdom of heaven is like, you mean you have to now from here go to here to here and here to here, back and forth, and hold firm to it. Because what it's saying now is said again. The kingdom of heavens is like unto a net. So he wants you to look from in the, when he's saying the kingdom of heavens, y'all, it's telling you to look in the spirit realm. It's telling you to bypass your flesh, your emotion, your feelings. Come on, let's go to the kingdom. The kingdom. This is what it's like in the kingdom. And that's what he's saying. 47. The kingdom of heavens is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of everything. Verse 48. Which when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into the vessels and cast away the bad. See, I like that because it's telling you the same thing. It's telling you the kingdom, the heavens has it set up, even like the treasure of the dead seeds and the living seeds. Those that are born of the flesh, those that are born of the spirit, those that are of the dark, those that are of the light, those that are of the serpent seeds, and those are of the woman seed, which is the spiritual seed. When that net is thrown out there, it's searching for something. That net is thrown out, showing you what the kingdom did. He bring that net up and pull out all the vessels. Which vessel? One is the angels which shall come. No, that's the 49. It is, and he gathered the vessels and cast the good vessels. You see? And the bad. He cast the bad to the lake of fire. And he keeps the good vessels. You see, y'all? Always understand that the kingdom of heaven rules. It always have and it always will. Not your thoughts, not your ways, not your emotions and your feelings. Don't let them get in the way. Or else you're not going to be able to be fully about the Father's business. Because you're trying to master the understanding of the Most High here. And you got to go back to here. And stick with this. Because right here, Romans chapter 1. Romans chapter 1. Let me get that. Where is it at? Romans chapter 1. In Romans chapter 1, verse 18 and 20. For the wrath of Yah is revealed from heaven. There we go again. From heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness. Why? The wrath of Yah is revealed here against ungodly and unrighteousness. Why? Of men. Why? Because Deborah, they hold truth. They hold truth in unrighteousness. You see? They're not here. But they still was given this. That came in with the breath. And he said they hold it in here. Watch this here. In unrighteousness. So how do they hold this here? How do the world hold truth? In ungodliness ungodliness and in unrighteousness. What they hold. So you cannot afford to lean with them, to rumble with them, to be a part of them, because they'll come around you. And the Father is actually giving me this picture to show that this is what we are surrounded in. We are surrounded by the world, and we're in the center as the light of the world. You got to make sure you understand you are the light of the world. But if you want to dip and tip into both sides, guess what? You're not the light you think you are. You're not this light. You your flesh understanding light. Now watch this here. And he says in Romans chapter 1 and verse 18 and 19 and 20, he says here in verse 18, for the wrath of Yah is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness, as he say, and ungodliness. Verse 19. Hear it again. Because that which was made known to them, what was made known to them? Truth. It was blown in them. Watch this here. That which was made, verse 19, that which was made known of them, known of Yah, is manifested in them. For Yah has shown it unto them. Not was it only manifested in them. This truth was manifested in them and shown unto them. Whew. That's sad. So I say unto you that are here, stop trying to mingle with this out here in hope that you're going to win this over. No, you can't win this over. You cannot win this over. What people do is they will make everybody in this light their enemy and not even understanding. You cannot be in here and be the enemy of the light itself. Only one can tell you that is the flesh and the spirits that he has allowed to be on the earth today, filling your thoughts up with the wrong thing. You see, if you are here, you're the only light that's set in this whole world that can make a difference. But if you can't be able to divide this light from the darkness, then you're not in this light. Even though you can be in that knowledge of truth, that means you are in the world and you are of the world, but you're playing as if you're in the world but not of the world. But you are of the world because you're not here in the light. Okay? So watch this here. How he broke this down to me. Let's go to Galatians. In Galatians chapter 4 and verse 16. In Galatians, it says, am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? So you mean to tell me now I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? This is what's going to mess many of them up, and they can actually lose. You know how the king, there was the king, and God told him to do something, and who put him as the king? The Most High. He had a relationship with the Most High God, but he did what he wanted to do in his way. That's a prime example. You can be in the place in which y'all want to use you, but the world overtakes you in itself, and you can lose. And what did he do? He son David in there. You see? So don't play with the Creator as if you all that in here and you can't be touched. When you in here, but you playing all out here. Okay? If you out here with this, you're nothing. You're still in darkness. It's when you here with this. Okay? Now, in Galatians it says, am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Paul was saying to them, y'all done heard me over and over. Y'all know where I come from. Y'all know what I used to be. And y'all didn't have no problem with me when I was, out there. Y'all didn't have no problem with me. But now I'm your enemy. I'm your enemy because I tell you the truth. Anybody that come to this page, whether you come one day, 1 week, 1 month, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and you come and you find that, okay, something is wrong. This is not where I need to be. This is not where I want to be. I don't like this feeling. You need to check self as far as that area of emotions and feelings, because it gets the best of all of us. It really do. Because it's no way he's going to allow he to feed you the direction to the light, to find the light that rests in you, the truth, to be your enemy. It don't make sense. It's not like it's no way is it the example of the king, because the king wasn't the mouthpiece of Yah. He was just a king that was set there of Yah. But when you are ordained, predestined, and ordained and foreknew as a servant to serve the word to Yah's people, then you can't eat at the table that fed you, that you found treasures at that table. You found pearls at that table. You see? You found something in the spirit realm at that table, and then get away from the table and find everything to find this one that fed you the pearls, the one that fed you the treasure that was put there by Yah to be the enemy. So I just wanted to you really need to check yourself first and foremost. That's why he said judge yourself daily, because not sometimes, 99% of the time, we need to judge our emotions and our feelings first and foremost. That's what you really need to judge yourself daily in the area of your emotions and your feelings. The women as well as the men, because the men is all over the place in their emotions and in their feelings. Oh yes, they are. But they can't seem to step in the masculine area who they supposed to be, because they so busy tackling the emotions and the feelings. Judge that daily and you'll be all right. Okay, so here in Galatians, Paul is telling them, now when I was out there, y'all was cool with me. Y'all didn't have these problems y'all have with me. I wasn't your enemy, but now I tell you the truth. Now I become your enemy. Tell me ain't something wrong with that. If it ain't, and you don't see it, it's okay. You are who you are. Just be what you are. But you know what? I'm telling y'all, one thing you don't want to be is a hypocrite. Because a hypocrite ain't going nowhere. And if you can't see if you're a hypocrite or not, let me tell you something. You can't see it all. Your sight is strictly dark. Okay. But that same thing Paul said, Yeshua said it. Yeshua said it, I think, in 3 situations back in his time. Yeshua said, even when they was taking him and he had to go before the king to be charged, to be judged. And he said, wasn't you all there? Why y'all asking me, are you the king? You were there. You saw the miracle signs and wonders. You heard the word. So why are you sitting here playing stupid and want me to answer to you? You were there when I did this and I did this. You were there when I taught this and I was teaching that. He said that about 3 or 4 times during the time he walked. In a sense that people will act like that. They can be in the midst of you, see you preaching and teaching the adulterated word of the Most High God in spirit and truth with the light in your hand, and turn around and be your enemy the next minute. They need to check themselves daily and not so much putting check on the one that's feeding their spirit, because that's the only thing that's eternal. So if your own flesh ain't worried about your spirit, but somebody out here is feeding your spirit, something wrong with you. Because there's no way I can feed your spirit and truth and the light, and be your enemy to your flesh. Wake up and sit your tail down somewhere and be about the Most High's business, if that's what you, or if that's who you serve. So Yeshua had to deal with the same thing Paul had to deal with. Paul said, wait a minute, you mean truth do this to you? Wait a minute, never do truth do this to you? Yes, he does, Paul. Thank you for leaving me some information because, hey, I'm learning still. I'm in this for the long haul and learning more and more the spirit and truth feed me. Because Paul is actually saying, because I tell you the truth, now I'm your enemy. You're doing right. Because this is where you at, Paul. This is where you at, where the life is at. You right here. You got to deal with all this, Paul. Okay, Deborah, I'm gone. You got to deal with it now. You see? See, y'all think that stuff is funny. Especially those who own this Born Devil platform right now at the sound of my voice. You ain't got no light in you. You know spirit and truth. You don't know no spirit and truth. You ain't got no light in you. You are not the light. And the truth has not been revealed unto thee. And the battle is right here. We right in the center of all this darkness. And before I can bring this, I got to be able to speak here from surrounded around all this. That's why y'all be hearing me saying brick wall, the brick wall out there. Oh, it's out there, y'all. It sits at the table all the time. Every chance it get, it sit at the table like it belong there. So Paul said it, and then Yeshua said, I think he is in there like probably 4 times because I think Matthew, Luke, and John, they gave their own example. And I always got to be in there more than that time, more than that, because he said it during the time he was being judged to be crucified, and he said it when the people were around him before. So it's in there more than that. It's more than 4 times. I think it might be in there, you double that 8, probably 8 times, showing that, hey, you know, because I tell you the truth, now you want to kill me? Or now you want to be my enemy? That's how it rumbled, Paul. And through all of what I hear from the Ruach HaKodesh teaching, that's exactly how it is. But when he gave me this vision here of the light being in the center, showing me today that this is darkness. This is the world. Like, you see the globe? Like, even though we know it ain't this globe, but I'm just saying, it's like a circle of darkness, and you sitting right in the center, being the light of truth. Okay, so I was grateful to hear Paul say it, and he was experiencing that. So if Paul haven't experienced it, and the Messiah explained it to us, you think I can't apply it? Yes, I can, because I feel that. When I say I feel that thing, I salute that thing. It's because I understand in the fullness that that stuff still exists. You the enemy to everybody that come to your page, but yet they come to your page. They find something you didn't say it, the way you look, the way you act, how you say it, the way you say it. But they grabbing every treasure, every pearl you drop. They grabbing at it. For what? You ain't this. Because if it was you here, like it said in all the verses, you wouldn't have no problem buying it in any shape, form, or fashion. And I was so shocked that these verses are actually sitting here giving me, not you. Because I don't want to see the light in it. You still seeing darkness. But yet at the table, eating the food. Taking the jewels, the treasures, the wisdom, the knowledge. Taking the pearls. And at the same time, calling me your enemy. Sit at the table now. At the same time, leave the table and find error at the table in which you took pearls, treasure, spirit, and truth from it. Y'all, this world is gone. It is gone. So, as I continue in Genesis chapter 1 and verse 31, it says, and Yah saw everything that it was made, and behold, it was good. And everything, and the evening and the morning were the 6th day. And what he was saying here, everything he created was good. So that good is connected to truth. And truth is connected to good. But then in Genesis chapter 3, verse 22, he said, and Yah said, behold, man has become as one of us. Knowing. That word know means having the knowledge based on the knowledge of the kingdom of good and evil. How did they have that knowledge? Because Adam was when he blew the breath in him, he gave him his own spirit, which is an image of the Father. The Father is a spirit, so he gave Adam a spirit. But with the breath came truth, because the breath of life is Yah, and Yah is truth. So truth came with Adam. Okay, so he already had good, because good is the truth. Okay, but when he took of the tree of good and evil, now he have the knowledge not only of good, which he came with, but now he has the knowledge of evil in him as well. You see? So those are the two, and showing you how truth got in you. But just because you got that truth, just because Adam had truth, he still chose. Not because he chose it, because heaven chose it for him, because he knew he was from that end. The good and evil. And that's why he says, and man, and Yah said, behold, man is become as one of us. As one of us now. What was making them one of us? The knowledge. Heaven has the knowledge of good and evil. Now man has the knowledge. Did Adam have it at first? No. He only had the knowledge of truth, which was good. But when he took on the tree that portrayed to be good but was evil, now he knows the both. He knows the truth of good and evil. He knows the truth of good and evil. The truth is good, but he also knows the truth that holds the knowledge of evil as well. That's what made them become like us in the kingdom. Okay? Heaven knows the truth of the whole matter and holds the knowledge of good and evil. That's when he became, because remember, he was already good. Y'all saw that it was good. And he blessed everything and said that it was good. It was very good. So we know that Adam had good, which is truth. The truth of good, and good is the truth. So we know he had that. But when he took on evil, now he says he has the knowledge of the both. And having that word knowledge means knowing the difference between the way heaven knows it. See, the earth still don't know it. Oh, did you go to Deborah? Yes, I did. These here still don't know the difference. Why you say that? Because they turn good into evil. They turn evil into good. They turn light into darkness and darkness into light. They turn bitter into sweet and sweet into bitter. So you see, they don't know and don't care. They turn it the way they want to feel it in the world, in the flesh, in darkness. So it ain't nothing you can do about it. That's your part of endurance. So when I get to the Gospel of John, and it says, for everyone that doeth evil hate the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds shall be reproved. Now you see that? Everyone that doeth evil hate this. So if everyone doeth evil hate this, if you are here, you can't afford to try to swing everybody here into this. The cost for you to even be here, COST, the cost for you to be the light of truth and truth to be your light, guess what? It costs you your family, your friends, the things, and your living. So remember, I've been telling y'all, it's sad when I think about all those brethren who lost their life, in a sense, living, all because of truth. I told y'all that all the time. All because of, were they from here? But they lost their living, and there it is. That's the COST for truth. So when you looking at me all cockeyed and trying to judge me at any level, you need to judge your ugly self, because that there needs to be judged so you can see how ugly you are. Okay? So here in the Gospel of John, chapter 3 and verse 20, it says, everyone that doeth evil, hate, hate, hate this light, neither come to this light, lest his deeds shall be reproved. You see that? So it is a reason why one would hate this light. But it's a heavy thing that's on my mind. Why is it that this here comes to that light for the treasures of the kingdom, for the pearls of the kingdom, for the jewels of the kingdom? Why? Because hypocrite and deception that people have worn themselves out with, to where they right is wrong, they wrong is right. And they sit in the midst of the same table. And that's why I understand what he said, tell David, I prepare a table in the presence of your enemy. They will sit at that table because they know it's something that you're saying that they feel or they like. But yet they sit at that same table thinking they're going to collect the jewels. They're going to collect the treasures. They're going to collect the pearls. I love it to know that it tells you what the kingdom is like. And it's telling you, if I send a servant down there and they feeding you spirit and truth from the level of this light, you don't know what you got. You got something from the kingdom. You got treasure from the kingdom. You got pearls. You got jewels from the kingdom worth more than silver and gold. And then you stand there with a wicked heart, month after month, year after year, and have the audacity to try to fight against an offering. Wicked and evil. And will play it for all its work as if they are fully entitled. Why is Yeshua saying heavens is like unto? And what the person would pay for the pearls, for the treasures, for the jewels, to represent silver and gold. But then you stand on this earth where in the flesh and have made yourself all that and some around the body of Hamashiach. And the body of Hamashiach, I wonder, is they that ignorant? Are they that lost, Father? They that lost. Because they would definitely get what these on this here don't even understand. They wait until you step out of this realm right here. They waiting for your stupid tail to step out of here with your weakness. Because they think they got you. If you only understood and understand the cost that Deborah tried to teach y'all. I even told you the cost of endurance, the cost of long suffering, the cost of discerning, the cost of trying the spirit by the spirit, knowing that those that at the table don't mean you no good. But yet, you still got to keep speaking at that table. And that's why he said, don't worry about thinking you can bring some light out of them. They ain't gonna, if they ain't heard it and locked it in by now, you can hang it up. They ain't going to. It's called hypocrite. And they ain't gonna be moved back. So in the Gospel of John, chapter 3 and verse 21, it says, but he that doeth truth, do it truth. Here it is. Do it. Now, even though the world came down here with the breath that holds truth, listen to what the Gospel of John, chapter 21 says. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light. Ooh, that set all of y'all down, didn't it? Set your tail down, didn't it? But in verse 21, the Gospel of John, chapter 3, verse 21, but he, Deborah, that doeth truth, cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifested, that they are wrought in Yah. See? But what do they have to do? Cometh to the light. And what else? Do it true. You don't just come and sit at the table of the light because you all is here. That's why I keep asking, where's your labor? Where's your work? Where's your fruit of the spirit? Where's, come on, if you're going to come, here it is. Come on with it. Come with something. Oh, no, they don't have. And we ain't going to show we got nothing in the flesh because we don't have to. Everything is free. You show right. Hell is free too. You don't have to pay a dime to get there. Hello. Okay. Now, oh my goodness. So when I go to Philippians, you go there. Philippians, I guess I can go there and do the last. Philippians chapter 3. Philippians chapter 3. Let's go there. And there I want to show you. And this is going to be it for this lesson. And I hope you got something out of it. But even if you didn't, you know what? That's all right. God done me a great deal of blessing. God waking me up that time of morning to get on this here message. I salute the Most High. He that excellent one. He my Most High. He my Most High. He my Most High. Philippians chapter 3, verse 7 through 10. Philippians chapter 3, verse 7 through 10, and it reads, but that thing were gain to me, those I count loss for Christ. Those things were gain to me. Materialistic things don't mean nothing. Those I counted lost for Christ. Yet doubtless I count all things but loss for the excellence of the knowledge of Christ Yeshua, my Lord. I'll just add that one. And then it says, for whom I have suffered and lost of all things, and do count it them but dunge, really trash, really, that I may win Christ. He's letting you know your materialistic stuff. Stop thinking that you got something that you all let in some. Stop clowning. Because of what you got, that's what makes you who you are. Because you're going to see in the days to come, which the day we in is the days to come, when man is going to have the power to strip you from everything you thought you had. So, verse, what else? Verse, where am I at now? Verse 9, and be found in him, not having my own righteousness, which is of the law, that's of the flesh law, but that which is through the faith of Yeshua HaMashiach, the righteous, which is Yah by faith. Those are all those brands I was telling you. Through that, make you somebody, not the things that is materialistic that Paul is actually, I think it's Paul talking about losing, because a lot of people couldn't see themselves losing anything in this day and time, and even in the time to come. You know why? Because they ain't going nowhere. They're going to see they're lost and what they're going to lose in their materialistic things is what's going to show them who they are. People, I believe, even being here, I believe having this and being here, many still is not going to want to come out of it. Remember he said, let me say not he said, remember he said, come out of her so that you will not receive her plagues. So there seems like a warning, but who are you telling to come out? Come out of this. When that time, which is not time, in this day, come out of the mindset of this, the ways of this. Because if the Holy Spirit discern you being here and caught up in all of this, you're not coming out. You're not coming out. Just as Lot wife, you're not coming out. Don't play with the Creator as if he has to answer to you and that things go your way. You rule your righteousness, as he said here in Philippians. It ain't yours. It's when you accept it, you know who it belonged to. You know who sealed it in you, and you respect that. But I, Sister Deborah, hope that you got something out of this message. And individuals who have been in the black box and have not been perfect in their living, believe it or not, a lot of them aren't here. You see? Because the world has made them what they want to make them to be. Because they know something like this is in them. And this is with them. And they are able to identify this, but they can't seem to obey all of this. So all of this make them think that they the black sheep or they need to be in a little black box. So be careful out there. So I, Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you tuning in, and I hope you got something out of it. But even if you didn't, I say I know that I did. So I say unto you, shalom and shalom.